5 million followers and 20 people buy the album, got to be really careful just assuming because you got 5 million followers, you're going to sell 5 million albums.
So you're going to be the Australian Gary Vee?
It was funny, actually. Mick Mooney, the guy that I work with at the moment, said, maybe you should become the Australian Gary Vee. And I thought, I don't think that's really my thing. But the three things that I think are really core to what I do is I like to be able to think about ways of giving or helping people to find the courage to try. So it's that try bit. The part of my operating sense is finding the clarity to start. Like, how do you find what that next step is? How do you find your direction and kind of get rid of all the noise, like, and distill it down to something? And then the third bit being real commitment to keep going, like patience and persistence. Being able to distill those kind of three things down and look for ways that I can inject that into everything I'm doing is something that I really enjoy.
So you mentioned you've been working with Mick Mooney for the last 9 months or so on storytelling.
Yes.
So is that for the marketing side of things or for your general leadership?
Primarily when I started, for leadership.
Okay.
Yeah, thinking about ways to use stories to distill complex ideas into really short and sweet messages. Then think about the construct of stories and ensure that when you're delivering those messages, you've got each of those elements in play to then engage the audience. And the method that's used most often is the hero's journey. And I don't know if you've heard about the hero's journey, right? Well, you guys obviously probably studied it, right?
Yes.
Who's the hero? Where was the start? Where was the finish? What's the arc of that story? When did the mentor engage to then help that hero then go from A to B? And what was that learning along the way? I've written articles or posts that have that structure and articles or posts that don't. And the ones that do definitely do better.
How would you describe your own leadership style?
Ooh, I'd hope that I provide pretty good clarity around where we're trying to head and distill that into some pretty simple themes. Try to get rid of the complexity in the messaging and also the activity of the team. I think I'm pretty open. I would hope that people always feel like they can speak up. Definitely when they do, they will need to debate that with me. So I'm not a soft leader in that regard. So get ready for a debate. But it's going to be a fair debate and it'll be a really open and kind of problem in the middle of the table type debate. I like to think that I develop people. So if I've got someone in my team that says they have an aspiration to do something, be somewhere, try something, whatever, I think I'm pretty good at working out how to design that outcome into their career path.
I guess that's good for helping them find fulfillment in the job.
Yeah. And also I'm pretty relaxed and realistic about the fact that, you know, if someone's working with me on a particular business or in a particular team, like, I don't need them to say that they're going to be there until they retire, right? Like, people come and go from different jobs and that's just the nature of the world, right? So that for the next couple of years, you can deliver value to us whilst we give you the experience you need to then sell yourself to your dream in the US.
So you mentioned your dad's an engineer.
Yes.
Your aunt is in the creative industry.
Yes.
I mean, she was the ex-CEO of Afters.
Yes.
So it's quite a varied background in terms of your family.
Yes.
Do you find like you have a particular influence from any one family member apart from pursuing engineering like your dad?
Yeah, so it's interesting. So my mum was a music teacher and my dad was an engineer and now is an architect. So there's definitely a technical scientific streak and then a creative streak. Interestingly, there's a lot of research done to show the correlation between maths and music and how that parts of the brain kind of mesh quite well. So that might not be surprising. Like, creative and music and that is still a massive influence on my life. Both of my kids play music and I hope they enjoy it. They seem to enjoy it. I've definitely been influenced by my dad from his approach to thinking through problems. He always thinks that there is a solution to be found if you understand the problem well enough. From my mum, definitely the creative side with the music and all of that I've got is as a result of her investment in many, many hours over the years with me probably whinging and complaining. But also I think the thing that she more inherently brings to me is that willingness to try. Like, I can work out a way of doing this, and I should have a go. So she always threw me into lots of different things. Interestingly, my dad's dad and his dad were much more businessman, entrepreneurial type of people. I mean, the really, really short story is that my mum was babysitting my dad's sister's kids on a beach in Sydney. My dad's from England, and he was out over a Christmas visiting his sister and was down at the beach and met the babysitter, who happened to be my mum.
Okay.
And then my dad was meant to stay in England and work for the family business and become an engineer and do all that sort of stuff. But he quit all that and moved to Sydney and became an architect and married my mum.
Your sister had such a great plan of bringing him to Sydney.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Install a babysitter.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I wonder if that was by design. Yeah.
Also, favorite band?
Probably. It's hard to pick. There are lots. Like I said, 90s kid. It's all Seattle grunge, Pearl Jam, Nirvana, all those kind of people.
Lifetimes of catching up with me. All these changes taking place. I wish I'd seen your face. Perhaps that's why no one's taking me. Hearts and thoughts, they fade away. Hearts and thoughts, they fade away.
Hey everyone, thanks for hanging with us on the Convo Couch, and thank you to Pete for coming on today too.
Thanks so much for having me. It was really good fun. I don't think I was expecting the guitar at the end, but it was a great little addition and I hope I did okay.
Cool. Don't forget to check out the links below to Alpen and Pete's profile and subscribe too. See you next time.
Just had a great chat to the guys at the Convo Couch. It was a really interesting conversation and actually went in a whole bunch of different directions, that some of which I was probably expecting and some of which I probably wasn't, which is a good thing because it means that when I'm thinking on my feet, I think potentially I get out some more interesting thoughts and maybe ones that even help me to develop. So really good to talk to these guys in a casual kind of environment, one where you can feel a bit more relaxed and still explore some really interesting issues around leadership and management, business investment, and also at the end capped off with a little bit of my older life back when I was playing a guitar in a band. So they threw a guitar at me, which was great fun, and we got to record a song live, which was good. But no, I really like the environment. I think it's a really good setup, and I really enjoyed the conversation, which was really easy and free flowing. 3 tips for any entrepreneur or anyone in business, I'd say, is you really need to find the courage to try. You really need to then work out how to distill the clarity to get started. And then you need to find commitment, real commitment, patience and persistence to keep going.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out this episode in a series where we interview business leaders, tech innovators, and startup founders about their business journey, insights, and reflections. If you find value in this, please leave us a comment below, and also like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Enjoy!